rivers and the streams, we can see that typical V cross section type of the soil is getting flowed along with the rivers and the streams, and लेटर ऑन अगर ज़्यादा और फोर्स रहेगा रिवर्स और स्ट्रीम्स का तो क्या होगा कि उसका जो रेंज जो है वो बहुत ज़्यादा या ब्रॉड बैंड में जो है वो सॉइल अलॉन्ग विद द वाटर इट कैन बी eroded. So bank erosion is the wearing away of the banks of a stream or river. This is distinguished from changes on the bed of the watercourse, which is referred to as scour. Erosion and changes in the form of river banks may be measured by inserting metal rods into the bank and marking the position of the bank surface along the rods at different times. Then thermal erosion is the result of melting and weakening permafrost due to moving water. It can occur both along rivers and at the coast. Rapid river channel migration observed in the Lena River of Siberia is due to thermal erosion. That is due to the rise in temperature. The soil is getting eroded in the Lena River of Siberia, as these portions of the banks are composed of permafrost cemented non-cohesive material. Much of this erosion occurs as the weakened banks fall in large slumps. Thermal erosion also affects the Arctic coast, where wave action and near shore temperatures combine to undercut the permafrost bluffs along the shoreline and cause them to fall. Annual erosion rates along a 100 km or 62 mile segment of the Beaufort Sea shoreline average 5.6 meters, 18 feet per year from 1955 to 2002. Then floods. At extremely high flows, cokes or vortices are formed by large volumes of rapidly running water. Cokes cause extreme local erosion, plucking bedrock and creating pothole type geographical features called rock cut basins. Examples can be seen in the flood regions result from glacial Lake Missoula, which created the channeled scablands in the Columbia Basin region of eastern Washington. Then wind erosion. Wind erosion is a major geomorphological force, especially in arid and semi-arid regions. It is also a major source of land degradation due to evaporation, desertification, harmful airborne dust and crop damage, especially after being increased far above natural rates by human activities such as deforestation, urbanization and agriculture. Wind erosion is of two primary varieties. Deflation, where the wind picks up and carries away the loose particles, or the we can say the light particles when they are carried out by the wind, then it is the deflation. And abrasion means where the surfaces are worn down as they are struck by airborne particles carried by the wind. So deflation, abrasion means when the surface soil layers are drained off or they are carried out by some airborne particles like the wind. So deflation is divided into three categories: surface creep, saltation and suspension. Now what do you mean by surface creep? It is the one in where larger or heavy particles they slide or roll along the ground. Then saltation, where particles are lifted a short height into the air and bounce and salted across the surface of the soil. And suspension, where very small and light particles are lifted into the air by the wind and are often carried for long distances. So saltation is responsible for the majority, that is about 50 to 70% of wind erosion, followed by suspension 30 to 40%, and then surface creep 5 to 25%. Silty soils tend to be the most affected by wind erosion. Silt particles are relatively easily detached and carried away. Wind erosion is much more severe in arid areas and during times of drought. For example, in the Great Plains, it is estimated that soil loss due to wind erosion can be as much as 6,100 times greater in drought years than in wet years. Then the mass movement. Mass movement is the downward and outward movement of the rock and sediments on a sloped surface. mainly due to the force of gravity. Mass movement is an important part of the erosional process and is often the first stage in the breakdown and transport of weathered materials in mountainous area. It moves the material from higher elevations to lower elevations, that is from higher region to the lower region, where other eroding agents such as streams and glaciers can then pick up the material and move it to even lower elevations. Mass movement processes are always occurring continuously on all slopes. Some mass movement processes act very slowly, others occur very suddenly, often with disastrous results. Any perceptible downslope movement of rock or sediment is often referred to in general terms as a landslide. However, landslides can be classified in a much more detailed way that reflects the mechanisms responsible for the movement and the velocity at which the movement occurs. Then, slumping. Slumping happens on steep hillsides, occurring along distinct fracture zones, often within the materials like clay that once released may move quite rapidly downhill. They will often show a spoon-shaped isostatic depression in which the material has begun to slide downhill. In some cases, the slump is caused by water beneath the slope weakening it. In many cases, it is simply the result of poor engineering along highways where it is a regular occurrence. Surface creep is the slow movement of soil and rock debris by gravity which is usually not perceptible except through extended observation. However, the term can also describe the rolling of dislodged soil particles 0.5 to 1 millimeter, 0.02 to 0.04 inches in diameter by wind along the soil surface. So these are all the methods by which the soil is getting eroded. And the last one is the tillage erosion. Tillage erosion is a form of soil erosion occurring in cultivated fields due to the movement of soil by tillage. There is growing evidence that tillage erosion is a major soil erosion process in agricultural land areas, surpassing the water and the wind erosion in many fields all around the world, especially on sloping and hilly land regions. A signature spatial pattern of soil erosion shown in many water erosion handbooks and pamphlets. The eroded hilltops is actually caused by tillage erosion, as water erosion mainly causes the soil losses in the mid slope and lower slope segments of a slope, not the hilltops. Tillage erosion results in soil degradation, which can lead to significant reduction in crop yield and therefore economic losses for the farm. So with this we have completed our third unit of Special Group Environmental Biology Paper 2.